With draft day less than a month away, the Houston Rockets are already taking the initial steps into finding out what players they want to add to this roster next season, as draft workouts are currently in progress. And so in this video, we're going to break down what players are attending those draft workouts and what skills and abilities do they have to offer for the Houston Rockets. Hello everybody, welcome to Rockets Digest. I am your host, Donovan Ricondo, and if you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? 85.2% of you watching these videos are not subscribed, and if you love to stay up to date on your Rockets content, this is the place to be. So hit that button below. Now we are talking about draft day for the Houston Rockets. And if you missed the video yesterday, one quick update regarding the 10th overall pick. As Yahoo Sports' Kevin O'Connor had this report just yesterday saying leak sources expect the Rockets to look into trading this pick, whether it's a trade way up, a trade out for a star, or a trade out for a group of future picks similar to what the Spurs did last year with Rob Dillingham. And what that essentially means, right, is that 10th pick will not be taken by the Rockets. Now, anything can happen in the time span from now up until the draft day. We can still get a guy like Kaman Maluach or Khan Knipple, or whatever player that you are really, really high on, guys like that. But in terms of the other pick, right, we still have the 59th pick, and there's still the ability to acquire free agents once the draft is all said and done. And so in this video, we are breaking down the players that have been attending those draft workouts for the Houston Rockets. And so this new report from FanSided tracks this, who is visiting Houston. Now, one of the first players in these draft workouts is, and excuse me if I pronounce this wrong, but Adama Barrow from Santa Clara. He is a solid basketball player. He stood out in workouts thanks to his playmaking and positional size. At Santa Clara, Barrow averaged 12.9 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. His 37.5% mark from deep and ability to defend multiple spots makes him a possible selection for Houston. And so one of the things that stands out to me immediately in terms of that is defense, right? I feel like any guy that the Houston Rockets are going to look into is they're going to prioritize defense. What guys can go out there and guard, right? And I really like Adama because he has the ability to defend those multiple spots. As it says, the Rockets, they switch a lot. They make sure that guys can guard not just one, but 2, 3 guys that are out there on the floor. And particularly his 37.5% mark from the three-point line is very intriguing if you're GM Rafael Stone or Coach Ime Udoka. Shooting, as we have said on this channel, as many of you already know, is the Achilles heel for this Rockets team. Just getting more weapons for that offense is an absolute need, an absolute must for this Houston Rockets team. So that is one of the players in this draft workouts. Another, we're going to do 2 from Kentucky. The first one is Andrew Carr. He was a senior last year, 6'11" forward from UK, 10.3 points per game, 4.7 rebounds per game, 1.7 assists, shooting 54% from the field. And so I know a lot of you are going to ask, how is his three-point percentage? And for all these guys, I will let you know what the three-point percentage is, besides the big. But Andrew Carr's three-point percentage is 32%, which is not, eye-popping. It's not jaw-dropping by any means. But the fact that they're giving this guy a workout, a 6'11" guy who, is fairly efficient for a guy his size, senior, he has experience, could add some value for this Houston Rockets team. I would expect a guy like him to go into the G League and go and develop for more years if they were to get a guy like Andrew Carr. The other Kentucky player, and excuse me if I pronounce this wrong as well, is Otega Oweh, a junior from the University of Kentucky last season. Averaged, get this, 16.2 points per game, 4.7 rebounds, 1.7 assists, shooting 49% from the field. And quick side, right? If you're averaging 16 points at Kentucky in the SEC, you can debate which conference is the best in basketball right now, but the SEC has a lot of solid teams, especially in this past year in the NCAA tournament. I believe 14 of the 16 teams made it into that tournament. And so, very, very impressive for a guy like Owe to come from a very historic blue blood basketball brand and average 16.2 points per game. He is a scorer, someone that can get the job done on the offensive end. Again, this wouldn't be the 10th pick. This would be in either the 59th, if we decide to take that as well, or undrafted free agency. His three-point percentage, for those of you wondering, is 35% from three-point land. So fairly decent, fairly good. So a lot of upside for a guy like Owe. Next, we have from Baylor, Norchad Omier. Was a senior last year for the Baylor Bears. 15.7 points per game, 10.8 rebounds, 1.5 assists, shooting 55% from the field, which is very, very efficient. He's a big, so I'm not going to give you his three-point percentage. He's got a motor and ability to finish throughout contact. He was able to do that in the workouts. It stood out for all the people that were in the draft workout for the Houston Rockets. Standing at 6'7". Excuse me, he's not exactly a big, but he is a forward, small forward. But he is a solid guy for the Houston Rockets to look at, give a workout. And the fact that, he has that motor and he can finish through contact speaks a lot of volumes to me, because Coach Ime Udoka is someone who prides himself on that kind of hustle mentality, that kind of aggressiveness that he looks in players. You see it a lot with Amen Thompson and Dylan Brooks and the way that they play. And so to have that ability, because you can't really teach that. Players either have it or they don't. For a guy like Omier to have it, there's huge upside to getting a guy like him. So kudos to him. Kudos to him standing out in these workouts and all of that. And so there's some last players that were in these draft workouts, underrated talent, as this article from Fansided describes. There's Nick Martinelli, who averaged 20.5 points per game, 6.2 rebounds for Northwestern. There's Davion Smith, who posted 9.3 points per game, 3.9 assists, 4.9 rebounds at St. John's, who was a 2 seed last year in the NCAA tournament. Money Williams from Montana offered athleticism and solid defense with 13.2 points per game, 3.5 rebounds per game, and 3.1 assists. All three have shown strong effort in workouts and are expected to stay on the radar entering the draft. And again, I'll tell you, the three-point percentages are very, very important for all three of these guys. So I will go down the line and tell you what those were. Martinelli, 33% from three-point land. Smith was 35%. Also not a great free throw shooter, so there is that downside for Smith there. Williams, 34% from three-point land. So all these guys, relatively the same, decent three-point percentage. Not, extraordinary, but it's there, it's in their game. And so these guys have been in these workouts. Very, very important to have workouts for these guys like this, because for the Houston Rockets, right, it's like I understand what you're not going to take that 10th pick right now. You're going to trade that away probably. And so you still want to develop guys, still give guys chances and see, what players can add value to this Houston Rockets team as role players, as bench players down the line, as we've seen with teams this year like the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. These guys get contributions from absolutely everybody. And so I see the Houston Rockets going down this path of, okay, we have our guys, we have our Şengün, we have our Jalen Green, we have our Amen Thompson. We need to find the guys that are going to be the ones that are going to be able to contribute. They're going to able, put up 6 points here, or this player's responsible for his 5. This player, he only takes 3 threes a game, but he's got to make at least 2 of them, contributions from each guy. Not every one of these guys is going to be that guy. There's going to be misses. Most of them will be misses. It's like a 3-point percentage, right? But it's about finding the guys that are going to be able to become great role players for this team. And so that is what they are doing right now, as they have been doing, as they do every year, breaking out guys throughout the draft process. And so don't be surprised if you see some of these guys' names with that 59th pick, or as signees in free agency after the draft. And so let me know in the comments what you think about these players. Are there any Kentucky fans? Are there any Baylor fans out there that have watched these guys more consistently, that know testaments about their game, insights that I was not able to provide in this video? Let me know. Let me know what you guys should think, what we should do with that 10th pick. Take it, trade it away. I'm very curious to hear what all you guys have to say. And so with that, this has been another episode of Rockets Digest. Thank you all so much. Take care.